Good evening. Welcome to Sharp and Wellness, people. It's your boy Jay Uwe. And today, I wanted to continue a lot of the stuff I was discussing earlier. So I earlier this morning on Instagram, that's Sharp and Fitness Nutrition, I spoke about bridge building and living unselfishly through bridge building. And I talked about going back to where you started and finding that individual that wants to take the same leap of faith you did, and then you taking them by the hand, leading them across. Now, I want to continue that because I want to talk about today here about finding your purpose, living with purpose, finding your purpose in order to set the right goals, right, towards accomplishing whatever objective you have, or whatever your vision of success is. And I want to talk about how it ties into the SMART method for achieving those goals, right? So I'll start with purpose. Purpose is extremely important because purpose will guide you and keep you on your path. When we get on these paths, when we find these things that we think we really want to do, and we begin to do them, right? When they're done absent purpose, anything could sway you from that path. I'll take a step back and I'll give you an example. I'm talking about when I mean purpose. I'll use a parent-child method, right? So a parent will have a child, right? They'll birth a child. And when this child is born, they begin to think about all of the things they want their child to do as they get older, right? Whether it be play sports, play instruments, meet someone, go to college, and the type of career they're going to do, right? They have all these thoughts in their head about what that child's going to do. And their purpose in life becomes ensuring that their child becomes successful. So they do everything, right? They start setting in mind, okay, my child has to be in a 1,000th percentile in reading, and the 100,000th percentile in athletic ability, and they have to be able to speak multiple languages, and they're gonna have to go to the great elementary schools and middle schools and high schools, and they're gonna have to go to the good colleges so that they can get into these good jobs, good careers, or build these good businesses so that they can do all these things, right? You start mapping out your child's life. And your purpose in life becomes ensuring your child hits these milestones, right? But it's your purpose that drives you, right? It's that purpose that keeps you engaged in your child's life when you're tired, when you're sick, when you're hungry. Doesn't matter what it is. Middle of the night, you're up because your kid's coughing. Hold on a second. Let me make sure you're good so that you could be in class, so you could do the things that you want to do and need to do. I'm right here. That's purpose, right? We need to start adopting that throughout the course of our own lives. It doesn't need to be a mom-child. It could be things like, whether it be education, right? You have an educational goal you want to achieve, a financial goal you want to achieve, health and fitness goal you want to achieve. Health and fitness is extremely important too, because there ain't nothing easy about working out. There ain't nothing easy about meal prepping and dieting down. There's nothing easy about any of that. There's nothing easy about obtaining a good credit score. There's nothing easy about going to school and obtaining a good education, certification, whatever. There's nothing easy about any of that. What keeps you going, what keeps you putting one foot in front of the other, is having a purpose for what you're doing. We got a lot of people out there today who want to earn personal training certifications, and you ask them, well, what do you want to do with that? I want to train clients. Why? Why do you want to train clients? Why are you going to get a personal training certification? If it's just to train clients, I mean, the quiet as kept, you don't need a certification for that, right? You just need to be good at going to the gym and you pick up a client, train them, whatever. A lot of trainers out there, they ain't got no certifications right now. Why get a certification? What's your purpose? What's your ultimate goal in that? Right? Education, careers, everything else. People say, well, I need a good job. Why do you need a good job? Because I need to make a certain amount of money. Why? Why do you need to make a certain amount of money? Because I want a nice car and a nice place to live. Why? Dig deep. When you're finding your purpose, dig deep. Keep going. Keep asking why, until ultimately you get to that nugget. You get to that one point where you're like, that aha moment, that voila. This is my purpose. Now, the reason why that's important is because once you find that purpose, that's your drive, man. That's your driving factor. Once you find that purpose, doesn't matter whether it could rain today, tomorrow, snow, hail, something can blow up. It doesn't matter. Once you find that purpose, you will continue on that path. Now, why is that important when it comes to goal setting? When it comes to goal setting, and I'm going to give you the SMART method first, and I'm going to tell you about how the goal setting and why purpose is important. It needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and it needs to have a time commitment to it, right? So what does that mean, right? So when it comes to setting your goals, you got to be specific about the goal you want. This is when purpose is important, right? You get down to that nugget of that purpose, right? Then you're able to set a very specific goal in mind. My goal is this. And then what do I need to achieve that goal? So then you can begin to build shorter term goals, right? I need this done, that done, that done, that done, that done. I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about, right? My goal, right, to be candid with you, is to have a loving family free of financial hardship and struggle. That's my personal goal. So what do I need for that, man? I need to have a decent career and investments and properties, because I need to have a legacy. I need to be able to leave something behind for my family. I may not see the mountaintop. But I can prepare for one day when I have a family. I can prepare enough so that I left something behind for them, right? Now, to get all of those things, right? To make enough money, to have the right career, to have businesses and investments and properties, there are certain things that I need to do with that, right? Now, I need to have the right credit score, because ain't nobody giving you nothing, right? I need to have the right education, because in order to walk into some of these companies, they're not going to pay you that dollar amount that you might need without the right education, right? You need to have property, right? You need to be able to buy property, right? You need to have other investments. You need to be able to put money aside, put money away. You need to take leaps of faith and open up businesses and do all that kind of stuff, right? But in order to get that, you take a step back now. Well, what do I need to start getting that? Well, you need to learn about credit and debits, right? You need to get your financial literacy right. Right? You need to go to school and stay going to school and don't stop until you finish, right? You need to go ahead and when you buy property, make sure the mortgages are paid, and you do all that kind of stuff. There's a stair-stepping method here. But it all starts with one foot in front of the other. So when you start is not, I'm going to sign up for school tomorrow. You start with, well, what am I interested in? What do I want to actually do? What do I want to study? And then you start reading and doing research. You start with, well, what does it take to achieve a 800 credit score? Oh, well, I mean, if I have a credit card, do I just use that? Or what do I do? You begin to read about credit and debits, right? You start reading. You pick up a book and you start reading, or you ask questions. You take notes. You begin to build your mind, or get your mind right around what you want to do. That's the first step. Now, when it comes to goal setting, right? When you start setting these SMART, when you start setting these specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and time measured goals, right? You can now work your way back to something that can be done now. Why is that important? When you have your purpose and you're set on that path towards reaching that goal and you have that purpose, finding something you can do now is extremely important because it's the smaller ones that win. And sometimes you may not, life can get in the way and you may not be able to readily go after those things. But if you have your goal in mind, you have your purpose set, you can sit there and say, I can't tackle it today, I can tackle it tomorrow. You go ahead and tackle it tomorrow, whether it be reading a paragraph, reading a whole entire book, or walking into that classroom that particular day. So that's what I got for you people. I got finding your purpose, putting together SMART goals, finding your long-term goal, what you want to achieve, building that tree of those shorter-term goals, then those tasks and objectives for those things you can accomplish today or tomorrow towards reaching that shorter-term goal. And once those things are done, you reach that long-term goal. And then, boom, you're on your way to whatever version of success you want to achieve. You want more on this, leave your comments below or come on down and see me. Y'all know where I'm at. It's your boy Jay. We here on Sharpen Wellness. Ooh-wee.